Hi, everybody. Hello, chat. Welcome to a very special stream tonight. My name is CMM. You probably know me by now. With me today, I have Evan. Say hi, Evan.
Hello, everybody.
And I also have a new person to the community. So hello, Alec.
Yo! What's up?
So on top of showing you guys new gameplay today, we wanted to introduce you to a new member of our community team, Alec and stuff. Alec is going to be streaming for us in the very near future, and he's going to be joining us today while we take a look at some new gameplay. Chat,
Yeah.
if I can ask you to just let me know how audio is, if there's any issues with audio or things being too loud or too quiet, let me know, and I can adjust those for you. Next, before we get started with the actual game, I did want to remind people that we are on Patreon now. And so the Patreon is live at patreon.com/deaddropstudios. We have a few tiers that you can subscribe at, and we have everything from production materials to a monthly podcast and additional developer diaries and other content for you on there. As Falco so helpfully posted in chat, that is the link to the Patreon if you'd like to see more about that, and if you'd like to consider supporting us, we would very much appreciate it. If you are here from Kickstarter, hello, sorry for the late notice. Kickstarter had an oopsie. And if you are from Kickstarter, I would just like to let you guys know, we've announced it, but we will have a new Kickstarter dev diary for you guys very soon. I know you've been very patient with us. We appreciate your patience on that, and we will have that for you soon. Thanks, Fries. I've turned myself up a little bit. Let me know if that makes a difference. Beyond that, I want to let everyone know before we start with today's gameplay that the game, as you can see on screen, the game is in a pre-alpha state. It is work in progress. So keep in mind that what you see can and will change throughout development, but we wanted to give you a little taste of what we've been working on, or I should say what Evan and Julia have been working on, because it's been a lot of time and the game has come a long way in a short time. So without further ado, I think we can get started. Evan, you can take it away, and if anyone in chat has questions, please feel free to send them in. I will communicate them to Evan. Additionally, we do have a special giveaway going on today. If you use your channel points for the enter the giveaway reward, which I'm going to redeem right now as an example, everybody can redeem it once. You are entered in for a chance to win winner's choice between Final Fantasy XVI, Street Fighter VI, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So just all you have to do is do that, be here, and be following us. We will be drawing the winner after the stream, so once you enter with that, you are good to go and good to enter, so long as you are following us. Hello, Mr. Speedy. Welcome,
Easy.
welcome. Big giveaway. Falco wants to know, Alec, what's for dinner?
I think a good old-fashioned box of donuts sounds good.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
dinner. All right. I ain't gonna complain. All right, now for realsies, Evan, you can take it away.
Awesome. Yeah, and I just want to say too, it's a big giveaway, but we are checking for audience participation on this thing, though. So
Yes.
we're definitely looking for questions, and if you're just coming in to hit that redeem and leave, I wouldn't hope for your chances on this.
Yep, definitely hang out with us.
Yep. So hi everybody. I think it's been a while, hasn't it? I can't remember the last time I was on stream. CMM, do you have any idea when the last time I was on stream?
Probably that stream that we all did together in May 9th.
That was almost 2 months ago. Wow.
I know.
It honestly doesn't feel that long because I've been recording, Patreon content. We did the podcast. I've been doing dev diaries and stuff. So it doesn't feel that long to me, but I'm sure it feels that long for quite a lot of other folks. But I'm super happy to finally be back. We've been hard at work over the last a couple of months now. I think the last time we really checked in was right after GDC, or it may have actually been the last gameplay preview was literally right before GDC. So I don't think that we've showed off an updated build live now, probably in about 3 months, if not over 3 months at this point. So there's lots to show off and lots to discuss. Just a few quick things to reiterate that CMM was saying. This is pre-alpha gameplay. We're very early in development. Everything is placeholder. Everything is subject to change. But the goal here is to kind of give a very honest and clear look at how the game's developing and really where we're going with the title. Everything's going to look new. We're going to retread a few of the areas we've seen before, just to really show the differences in the game. But really, if you saw the GDC video back in the middle of March, the game could not be more different from that. As you can even see here, I think we did show the title screen at one point in the past, and all the menus have gone through quite a bit of upgrades. Certainly the backgrounds here, and I do want to talk about the title screen here because there's a lot of Unreal Engine 5 goodness happening here as well. So we're gonna take a few of the backgrounds piece by piece, and we're gonna start actually playing the game a little bit. For anybody who's curious, I'm on the 4090 right now. We're on the dev rig, so we have a high-end i9 13th gen CPU. We're on the RTX 4090. What I've done here is I have most of the graphics maxed out, and we're just gonna go for a locked 30 frames per second to keep things smooth. We're going to talk about the different settings, and we will take a trip through the options menu as well, because there's a lot of neat stuff to discuss there. But really here on the title screen, you should be able to see quite a bit of what's really cool about Unreal Engine 5 here. This is all being lit by Lumen. We have path tracing with hardware ray tracing running right here. You can see beautiful shadows, beautiful reflections, these really nice water effects, water coming out of the sinks, hitting the ground, and doing nice ripples and everything. We have a friendly little zombie there in the background, just doing his happy little idle animation because he's waiting to eat somebody. Really, what I'm trying to do right now with the menu backgrounds is to have them be visually dense and really set the atmosphere for the game. This scene is in the hospital bathroom. You will actually see this scene in the full game, or something approximating the scene. I'm sure things will change, but you can get a good feel for there's a lot of really great material work in this scene. There's a lot of specular surfaces, a lot of metallic surfaces here. There's really obvious and subtle reflections happening. You can obviously see the water is reflecting off the scene here, all the lighting, all the shadows and everything, but even the walls, everything else happening with the water coming down has subtle reflections going on, all of them too. And I mean, this scene alone, what's here, even though it's just kind of a fixed camera angle scene right now, is really something we couldn't even do at any point with Unity. I don't think anybody can take even the latest version of Unity and really make something that's going to look this nice. You know, I love making these pre-canned scenes for menu backgrounds, because you can kind of just go absolutely crazy with the graphics and the effects, because, you know, it's such a limited field of view, it's such a limited fixed camera angle, and hopefully folks are liking what they're seeing already from this, even just from really what this is at the title screen.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a very large step above of what was possible with Unity. The previous games were in Unity, so this is the Unreal Engine 5 debut.
Yeah, and there's even we have I know that we have a couple nerds in the community who do like when I talk about the technical details. A lot of the lighting here, there's a mixture of lighting here. We have point lights, we have area lights, we have some spotlights in the background lighting up the area that you really can't see towards the upper end of it. There's also emissive lighting happening. Some of the glow sticks have some beautiful emissive lighting coming out of them as well, which is something that, you know, is Unreal Engine 5 does extremely well. It gives you very realistic but very high frequency of lighting objects with the emissive lighting system, and it looks really nice for the most part. We also have a lot of things happening in this scene too that we didn't really do in prior games. You can see lights are flickering. The light on the right there, the floodlight on the ground is flickering. The reflections and everything are following that and paying attention to it. One of the nice things about Lumen is that it's all real-time lighting. There's no baked lighting anywhere in this game, and there won't be anywhere in the game. All the lighting is real-time. And I'm going to go into the different lighting models we've got here and different reflection settings and some other stuff in a little bit here, but this is really, there's just a lot of Unreal Engine 5 goodness happening here. And there's even some things happening outside of the scene that you can see in the reflections, because they're doing a path traced and ray traced reflections right now. There is actually a ceiling fan. You can kind of see the blades creating shadows moving around the top of the scene there if you really pay attention to it. And even subtle stuff like that that's off screen is still getting shown in the reflections too, which is honestly one of the big benefits of having a path traced and ray traced reflective and lighting system over something even like screen space reflections, which rely on whatever is actually being rendered in the screen frame to handle reflections. So I'm very pleased with this menu if people can't tell.
Yeah, and I just want to make a quick note to check, because I saw some people doing it. I have disabled sound alerts just for this stream, just because we want to show the game off, and we want to make sure that you're getting an accurate depiction of what it is, and maybe not fart reverb today. So sorry, Falco. Next time they'll be back, but for today we're gonna be a little bit more serious than normal.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want me to relay to Evan or Alec while we are going through this demo, please let us, type them up in chat, and I will do so.
Nice. Yeah, and I mean, take the money you were going to spend on the sound effects and go grab the Patreon, become a Patreon founder, and get all the podcast, the dev diaries, and everything else on there. You can also go to PackerKit, spend some of that cash on there. You can still pre-order the physical and digital copies of the game, the collector's edition, and you can still become a playable NPC and a non-playable NPC or a playable survivor character, and really help us out with development. And let's go to the next menu, and you can see why you might want to buy those.
Yep. And also,
here we go.
Thank you, Fries, I believe. There was a few people who I saw in between there resubbing and subscribing. Krauser, I see you. Thank you so much for the subscriptions, and thank you for the new follows, guys.
Cool. Yeah, thank you everybody, and definitely check out the Patreon. We have a ton of content already up there that CMM and the team put together, and we're gonna have dev diaries that are exclusive to the Patreon. We're gonna have dev diaries exclusive to the Kickstarter side, and you can still get in on both of those through BackerKit through the Patreon. So on the note of trying to upsell some NPCs and playable survivors, we showed off back in March that we're using the Unreal Engine 5 MetaHuman system for this. This build is currently running on Unreal Engine 5.1.1, so we're not running on 2 yet, although we plan to upgrade at some point in the next probably month or two on that. There's just some engine bugs that we're waiting for Epic to sort out before we can do an upgrade there. But the main menu, I know we did actually show the main menu before. It's also come along quite a bit since the last time we saw it. The character, your survivor on the main menu, is now beautifully animated. Miranda's got a nice little idle animation for her body, and her face is moving around. Metahumans are and we've talked about this a bit, so I won't go super deep into it, but Metahumans is a system that Epic is building that is available to all Unreal Engine 5 developers. To basically, they're trying to solve the problem of creating lifelike human characters through a system that non-technical users can integrate or that non-technical users can make and technical users can integrate, which is pretty huge. All of the playable characters in our game are metahumans. The NPCs that you're going to encounter, who are story NPCs, will also be metahumans. Less important NPCs, like in the background here, those guys aren't metahumans. They're just kind of, you're going to see lower quality NPCs forming like crowds and stuff like that. Whereas the metahuman is for detailed characters where you really want stunning detail. And you can kind of see it with Miranda right here. She's got very realistic face tones. The lighting on the model is incredibly realistic now. You can even see her pores and different features of her skin. The hair is extremely real. Well, I mean, it's a part of.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just one of those like, oh wow, yeah.
Yep, it's all there, and even the hair is really well done. Right now, Unreal Engine 5 supports full hair simulation. Unfortunately, that feature is not production ready yet, so we do have it disabled in the current build. But my hope is by the time that we ship the game, a couple more Unreal Engine patches come through, we'll probably have a setting on the console, similarly to what Resident Evil 4 Remake did, to turn on hair simulation, probably for key characters, is how that's going to go. But that system, as with a lot of stuff in Unreal Engine 5, is still very much in development and very much in a semi-production ready state. It's just not ready for prime time yet for this stuff too. So yeah, again, following the theme of the menu backgrounds, and this will follow into the commercial product. Probably won't be these exact backgrounds, but the theme is going to follow that. We really want to set the tone. We really want to just have that nice graphical like overdose right from the get-go. And if you played prior Outbreak titles, you'll know that we did experiment with 3D menu backgrounds in some cases. Contagious Memories had some. Endless Nightmares had a very limited set, and Epidemic and Lost Hope had very, very simple 3D menu backgrounds. What we're able to do in Unreal Engine 5 is just kind of light years ahead than whatever we could do at any point in Unity. So even just in kind of like silly stuff, non-gameplay stuff, we're benefiting from the power and the kind of the accessibility and the adaptability of Unreal Engine 5, and that's pretty huge, honestly. We have not added. We will have over 30 survivors in the final game. It's well over 30 at this point. We have not updated the list yet from the last time we did a build because we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 characters, and right now it's enough for pre-alpha. But as you see us move towards release, the rest of the roster is going to start getting filled in. I also do want to say too, although like everything's a work in progress, the menu art is not final. We always have people point out the menu art. This is all just placeholder stuff. We don't have the final graphics in because it's still in the process of getting planned out and built. So all the user interface stuff you're going to see during the game, it's all placeholder. It's all a work in progress. It's not, nothing you see here is what the final game is. We still have quite a healthy development timeline ahead of us, and things will change and continue to get better, and they have in the last couple of months. But to quickly just give a quick view, because we did do a few quick upgrades on the metahumans. The quality, as you can see, continues to rise through all the characters. One of the big benefits we're getting out of metahuman is that we can have a very diverse cast. From different ethnic backgrounds, different parts of the world. And that's really kind of awesome that we're finally able to support that in our games, because we were very limited on what we were able to support through Unity in the prior titles. And with something like Metahuman, we're kind of just able to go, full tilt on having a very diverse and awesome looking cast to play as.
I love Falco Jr. That's my favorite.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man. There's no notes on here, and yes, we will do metahuman, or we will do playable characters for CMM and the rest of the community team as the game goes on, so they can play as themselves while they're playing the game.
Well, I can die as myself, I think is more accurate. Alec, you can die as yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, wait, I'm gonna save the day. What are you talking about?
Everybody's gonna die.
Just because I saw a couple of questions real quick in chat about the giveaway, you were going to be getting into that using the channel point redemptions. There is a channel point redemption called Enter the Giveaway. You only have to do that once and you are entered. You need to be following us, and please hang out with us, and don't just disappear into the shadows. We are going to be looking to see who's active and who's here when we end up drawing that giveaway.
And make sure to sub. Make sure to do all that good stuff. The bottom line is since I haven't gotten to do one of my Jimmy Wales-esque pitches for funding in a while because I haven't been on stream. Every dollar that you guys spend on the Discord by bits or tipping bits or paying for the emotes and stuff like that, subscribing, every dollar spent through BackerKit, every dollar spent through the Patreon. That money goes directly into supporting the development of the game. It goes into allowing us to have folks like CMM and Alec with us, which takes a tremendous amount of pressure off me and allows me to focus my time on engineering work and business development. So really, if you guys, we've gotten a lot of support from the community in years past, but we're trying to find very good value-add ways for you guys to contribute to the project and get great rewards and great bonuses and stuff in there. So please, if you haven't subscribed on Patreon, if you haven't grabbed something off BackerKit, please make a point to go and do it if you can, because every dollar helps us out, and every dollar goes towards the stretch goals. We still haven't hit cross-platform multiplayer, but the goal is that hopefully we'll keep having folks kicking in to get us there. And the dream would be to one day do Dino Break on Unreal Engine 5. So it's just because the Kickstarter's over, it doesn't mean that we've stopped trying for those stretch goals. And you can really help us out. There's tons of stuff on BackerKit. There's tons of stuff on Patreon. There's going to be new content on Patreon every month. So definitely help us out. And
for everyone in chat, I did post the BackerKit link if you want more information about the game, or besides what we showed today, and some of those goals. So all right, some settings.
So yeah, it's funny, the stuff that I've had people ask me to go into, but we're gonna do all of it. So we're gonna be here for a while, guys. So yeah, we definitely we got a lot of feedback off the March showing. We tried to act on as much of that feedback as possible. So spoilers just off the bat, the game will have an FOV slider on PC and console. Right now we're supporting an FOV between 80 and 120. I'm going to keep it on 90 because that's just kind of a sweet spot for me right now. We are going to support ultra-wide monitors. They have limited support right now in the current build. I'm not playing on one, obviously. I'm playing at 1080p on a 16:9 monitor, but we will be supporting that as well because there's no reason not to. As we've said in the past, the game is going to support first and third person views at the very least. You will have a toggle to start in first or third person view. And as with our prior games, you can change the view at any time during gameplay, and we'll be doing it quite a bit on the stream. One of the biggest feedbacks we got back in March was some people love the laser sight from older Resident Evil games. Some people just want a crosshair. So we are supporting both the laser sight option and the crosshair for when you're aiming firearms. So you can play the game the way you want. In the full version, you can expect that there will be some customization options for the crosshair and laser color. And as we've done in the past, there probably will be some monetization DLC out there as well with some of the crazier options for you. As well as obviously more characters, cosmetics, scenarios, game content, and everything else. We're really planning for, in the past, a lot of our games we've done where we release a game, we support it for about a year, and then we move on to the next title. The plan with Shades of Horror is that this is going to be a game that's once released is going to get supported for several years, and we're very confident with what we can offer in the game and what we can build onto it at post-launch. But there's going to be a lot of interest and a lot of ways to drive it financially and help it make it a successful long-term project for us and help reward people who are investing in the title even more.
Yeah, and to that point, I just want to also make clear is obviously there will be post-launch support, as Evan's saying, but I want to stress that the base game that you're getting is going to be absolutely packed with content. We already talked about how there's going to be over 30 playable survivors. There's so much going on in this game, so obviously we have plans for the future, but the base version of this game is going to absolutely be jam-packed with content. It's just going to be, after that content, we're going to keep pumping out more.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and then Falco keeps telling me he wants those $99 DLC add-ons for him shirtless.
Okay.
For his hair to change rainbow colors at all times. So
that's
stay tuned for Falco to monetize this in horrific ways.
I did not know that specific detail.
He's all about $100 DLC packs. I'll tell you, that guy.
Someone also just wanted to know, and Evan, I'm going to leave this question to you. Someone wanted to know if the demo or the build that we're showing right now is going to be available to play publicly.
No. So we are going to, for folks who back us either through the Kickstarter or through BackerKit, there will be playable alphas during development. This build is not in a state. I know every time that I show off the build, the first question I get is, can we download this and play this? And while we have a big focus on productionizing the build from the get-go, it supports full keyboard, mouse, and gamepad controls already. We have options menus. We have a lot of settings in. It looks a little bit more productionized than it is, just because this build is also being shopped out to publishers, to platform holders, to other folks to see what deals we can make for the game. But it's not in a stage yet where we're confident that somebody checking out an early version will have a great experience with it. And we're going to talk more about why that is as we play the game a little bit. But there will be, for folks who back us either through the Kickstarter, who did back us on the Kickstarter, or folks who jump onto BackerKit, and it's still true right now, you can jump on BackerKit and get access to the alphas they'll start in the future. You will have a chance to play it during development. It's just, we're still too early in the process for that right now. But for backers and Slacker backers, you will have your time, and those demos will support online and offline play.
Yeah, we really want to make sure that the demos that you guys do receive, or the playable builds that you receive, are, you know, they're good and they are ready for you. You know, during development, a lot of things can happen. There can be lots of crashes, or things can be unstable, and you know, that's, nobody really wants to deal with that, you know, when you're trying to just try out a game. So we want to make sure that we have the right experience for you guys, so that you can actually play something that's fun and not have to deal with, you know, things breaking or the game crashing because of it being a development build.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to other questions that folks had asked me over the last couple of months that I can now answer. So we are going to have built, and we already have it. It's not that we're going to have it. It's already in the game. We have support for DLSS 3, and we have support for AMD FSR 2. And for folks who, for whatever reason, don't have an NVIDIA card that's going to support DLSS, or an AMD card that's going to support FSR, even though FSR does run on, I think, most cards, including NVIDIA cards, we will also have a third option that if you were to turn off both DLSS and turn off FSR 2, it'll use the internal Unreal Engine 5 TSR to do temporal. It's temporal reconstruction, I think, upscaling, or temporal resolution upscaling. It's one of the two. So there will be upscaling options for everybody, but we will have built-in support and already have support. This build, I'm going to be playing the build on DLSS 3. And AMD FSR 2 will be supported. And if for whatever reason we get to FSR 3 or DLSS 4 prior to launch, and I can't think of a reason why Unreal Engine would not support them, we will offer support for them as well as we go forward there. I'm going to be playing on DLSS 3 though, just because I'm on an NVIDIA 4090 right now. For the next question I'm going to get in chat probably is going to be, are we going to support frame generation? And the answer is yes. The only reason why it is not supported right now in this build is I didn't have the time to get us up to Unreal Engine 5.2, which is the requirement to have DLSS 3 with frame generation. But it will be there in the full version, and I'm sure NVIDIA is going to keep doing more upscaling tech and AI upscaling and stuff, and we'll be supporting all that as well, just because Unreal Engine 5 gets first-class treatment and support for those kind of features from AMD and NVIDIA, which is great. The other thing too here is that when you use DLSS or FSR2 in game, you can see that your options are auto or off. And you're probably saying to me, well, okay, so DLSS supports a lot of different modes like ultra performance, performance balance, quality, ultra quality, and DLAA is, I guess, the now the buzz or the term for the top quality level right now. The reason why there's not explicit toggles for those here is because the screen percentage is going to handle it. Basically, when DLSS, when you set different quality levels, all that's really doing is saying what is the resolution we're going to try to upscale from, which is typically a percentage of whatever your native screen resolution is. So I'm going to just give you the option to go nuts with it. You can set it super low, you can set it super high, but if you were to set it down to 30, you'd basically be using DLSS Ultra Performance or AMD Ultra Performance for FSR. If you set it up to 100 for DLSS, it's the equivalent of having DLAA on, which is DLSS with anti-aliasing, with AI anti-aliasing on it. So we're just giving everybody, right out of the box, you can just set it to whatever the hell you want. For compatibility reasons, too, the other reason why these say auto is because there's an order of operations that we're going to prefer for this to go through to ensure system compatibility. Because if you have DLSS set to auto and AMD FSR 2 set for auto, and let's just say for some reason you don't support either of those in your graphics card, the auto means it's going to fall back. It's going to check, can you support DLSS? It's going to say no. Okay, do you support FSR 2? It's going to say no in that case. And then it's going to go back to TSR upscaling. So the benefit there is that that's going to stop people from getting into bad states where they try to turn on DLSS, but their card doesn't support it. By default, the game will probably ship with both of these set to auto. The game will do the logic, but if you really want to force one of them, you can just turn off the other one you don't want, or turn them both off to just do TSR upsampling as well. So we're just trying to give everybody complete control and support all the graphics cards as first-class citizens here. So I got that question a lot, so hopefully that helps answer that for quite a few people. Next up is the lighting system. So Unreal Engine 5, the big feature with Unreal Engine 5 is Lumen. Lumen is a new path trace lighting system, which is going to, I think, in the end, offer better quality than a ray trace lighting system, even though they are somewhat synonymous when you compare the feature set at certain levels. Outbreak Shades of Horror is going to fully support Lumen. You have a Lumen toggle on or off. You can choose to turn it off if you want. You can see it doesn't really make a huge difference here in this scene, but you do have the option to have it on or off. And for reflections, we're going to give you right out of the box the option to have fully path traced reflections through Lumen that will work either for both software or hardware rendering. So if you're on like a 4090 or a high-end NVIDIA card or a high-end AMD card, and you want to do actual like path trace and ray trace reflections, you'll have the Lumen RT option here. And if you support the hardware ray tracing with your card, it'll automatically kick it on and you'll get even better graphics and better performance. If not, it'll fall back to the software solution, which is one of the big benefits of Lumen, because it can still work even if you don't have the specific hardware to make it work. We're going to support also, if you want to just bump it down a level, you can just turn on screen space reflections, which is kind of reflections that most games use, where it reflects what you can actually see on the screen. And if it can't see it on the screen, there's nothing to reflect, basically. And then your lowest option is literally probes only, where we will have some baked reflections built into it. That if you want to turn off path trace reflections, you want to turn off screen space reflections to save some performance, you can just use baked reflections for areas. It's going to look a lot worse, but the option's there. And you know, the big reason why we're giving everybody all these options here with DLSS, with FSR, setting the screen percentage directly, being able to turn on and off Lumen, and being able to turn on and off your type of reflections, is because Shades of Horror is going to be able to run on, you know, low to mid-range hardware, and it's going to be able to scale up to super high-end hardware like a 4090. And one of the big things we're trying to do with the title is to make it a more mainstream title where more people can play it from a gameplay perspective, but also make sure that more of the range of hardware is catered to. So if you are running something like, I don't know, like a 2070 or something, you can turn on DLSS, set your screen percentage low, turn off Lumen, turn off your settings here for reflection quality, and kind of lower everything down to lower settings, and you'll probably still get a 60 frames per second game that still looks pretty good. You're still going to be playing the full game. But for folks who have the high-end hardware, we're making sure you can max out everything Unreal Engine 5 has to offer, and you can just go nuts with it. And you can set your V-Sync to 30, 60, or leave it uncapped if you want. And for folks who have 120 hertz displays, 240 hertz displays, by launch, the goal is to have the support in so that V-Sync and variable refresh rates will work as well if you wanted to like divide 40, 80, 120, such and such, because that's becoming more of a thing, and we'll have support through that through Unreal Engine 5 on PC. And then my hope would be obviously that there will be support on the consoles, because this will also launch on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. That we will have an avenue to also support that there. But at the very least, it should be supported fully on PC.
I actually had some people asking in the chat, so that one of those questions was what platforms we're going to be on. Is this going to be a PC first release with consoles later, or are they all going to be simultaneous? What's the what's the current plan for that?
So the current announced plan is that in November of 2025, Outbreak Shades of Horror will release on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. That's what we've announced. Obviously, we announced it for Stadia, which is no longer a thing anymore. So it's not coming to Stadia, unfortunately. And we are actively looking at other platforms, other PC, digital storefront platforms that you may know and love. Maybe one of them that makes Unreal Engine. And obviously, if we see changes in the console space, hypothetically like a next generation Nintendo system, or we see next generation PlayStation or Xbox hardware, we will also bring it, natively to those consoles as well. For Nintendo, obviously, assuming the specs support it in whatever they end up doing next. But for Xbox and PlayStation, there's no way they're going to go backwards.
Sure.
So it's pretty much a safe bet. If they announce new hardware, we'll have a native version there. Just like we do for every title in the Outbreak series.
We also have a question, too, in regards to physical copies. So, How are physical copies being handled, and what platforms are those available on?
So Limited Run Games is handling the physical release on PlayStation 5 in North America. They were our partner back in the Kickstarter. They have been extremely good to us over the last couple of years. I cannot say enough how much I love Limited Run Games, how much I love Doug Bogard, Josh Fairhurst, and their entire team. It's an amazing company, and I encourage folks to continue to support them because Limited Run Games has made it possible for developers like me, who is, essentially me and my wife for most of this business, working out of our basement, running our own small company. They opened up a path for us to have high quality physical releases, and we now have 7 physical releases out with Limited Run Games. 3 different platforms for Outbreak Contagious Memories, the Outbreak Collection on PS4, and Outbreak Collection Part 1 on Nintendo Switch, with different cover variants across the way for those. And Shades of Horror will be a Limited Run Games release on PS5 for Shades of Horror. And you can still pre-order the physical standard and the physical collector's edition off of our backer kit store, which I encourage you to go do right now. And even in the collector's edition, you're still going to get lots of awesome stuff like the soundtrack CD. There's a poster. There's anime Outbreak character stickers that come with it. And obviously the physical game as well on PS5 is included with that. And you can still get add-ons like the vinyl and stuff like that, the vinyl soundtrack and things in our backer kit store. We have not made any announcements outside of PlayStation 5 physically in North America. But if we have announcements to make there, we'll share those during development. But we definitely encourage folks to continue to pick up some of the Outbreak physical titles from Limited Run. They're still available on the limitedrungames.com store. They're available on their Amazon store, and we also have signed copies you can buy directly from us in very small batches, where we still have a few left on our own eBay store. So you can get all of our physical games off our eBay store right now, and we ship pretty fast if you want them signed by me and Julia as well. So definitely check that out too, and all that money helps us out to keep doing this.
And speaking to that, if you guys would like links, obviously we've had the backer kit and Patreon links in here a few times, but if you'd like to have access to the eBay store links or just want everything in one place, we are on Linktree now. So I posted in the chat, we're at Linktree/Dead Drop Studios. You can find a bunch of our different stores and places that we are online. I had a question from someone who wanted to know, on the backer kit there's a digital deluxe edition. They were just curious what was included in that.
The digital deluxe edition, I believe, has the digital soundtrack, and it has some digital art assets that will come with it. I don't remember the exact specifics on the art assets because I haven't looked at it in a hot minute. But I believe it is the soundtrack, the digital soundtrack, and digital exclusive art assets are coming with that. Yeah.
There was another question, quick, too, about the multiplayer. So we have 4-player co-op, local and online multiplayer. Cross-platform play is indeed a stretch goal that's we're working towards on backer kit. Someone was curious if the game will support split screen online.
I don't want to commit to that yet.
Okay.
I would love to do it, but I'm not ready to commit there. I mean, if somebody goes and buys a couple playable survivors right now, that would really help me make that decision, I'll tell you. But I think right now what we're committing to, because I know I can deliver it, is the split screen co-op on same machine, I guess, console or PC.
Right.
And the up to 4-player online co-op. I do want to note though, the game is fully playable in single player though. You don't have to you don't need to be in co-op to play the game. And one of our stretch goals that we met during the Kickstarter was AI Survivor teammates. So if you are alone, you will have the option of bringing in some AI buddies in some form, but we're not ready to talk about the specifics on the AI teammates yet. That's not what we're going to be doing in this video.
And I guess one more question here, just because it's related to these settings and the lighting discussion. Brandon wanted to know, does having so many lighting options change how you do in-game lighting design? You could have kind of different feelings when you're handling light sources differently, so it's kind of an interesting question.
Yeah, so one of my goal with the lighting in the game is that when you go between lumen and not having lumen on, like essentially lumen on or lumen off, and the reason why you would want to turn off lumen is that you will still get a healthy performance boost from having it off, because Lumen's doing a lot of like really cool graphical magic that looks awesome, but it does come at a performance cost. So if you're on like a mid-range or lower machine, or if you wanted to get to like a locked 60 frames per second or a locked 120 frames per second, you may make the decision to turn off Lumen. And the goal with the lighting is that with Lumen on or off, or shadows on or off, the overall lighting feel of the scene does not dramatically change. It of course will change because the lighting will be handled in different ways, but the atmosphere and tone should remain consistent whether they're on or off. And a good example here is this menu, right? If I turn off Lumen, the menu doesn't like get crazy different, you know? Mm-hmm. Some of the path trace volumetric goodness is gone. Some of the reflections probably get turned off, but it's not like it's a radically it's not like you're looking at a completely different game. I will say though, you will notice the difference if you turn off Lumen and you turn off shadows versus somebody running with Lumen and shadows like fully maxed out. Unreal Engine 5 is just beautiful when you can go crazy with the lighting and the shadows and the reflections, as we saw in the main menu.
Sure. All right. I think that's everything for right now. Question-wise, if you want to continue.
All right. Let's keep trucking. So the tab everybody's asking about is audio settings. Master volume. Yeah. Probably before the game ships, we will have separation out for sound effects and voices with this. But this is kind of a good example of, you know, why it's not really ready to go out to everybody. We have one volume slider right now. Like, so there's still like, it's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think, that you don't really think about when you see a video game, but there's a lot of work that goes into being able to support accessibility in that sense, to offer like common sense options. And obviously on PC we'll have key bindings, you know. I don't want to commit to key bindings on the consoles, but on PC you will have key bindings that will let you map to gamepad and keyboard and mouse, obviously. So it's all here, and you can scroll through there and have a lot of fun trying to pick out anything secret in there.
Zarina just wanted to know real quick, because we were talking about camera angles before. We have a third person view.
If we're going to talk to Zarina, her model has to be on screen.
All right, well, there's Zarina. Hi, Zarina. She wants to know if there's still a plan to have a fixed camera angle in this game, because she does have motion sickness. Is that going to be an option for people?
I want to do it. Okay. That's where I'm at right now. I want to do it. So, and the biggest thing that I'm struggling with fixed camera angles right now is that this game is becoming something much, much better than the prior titles were. And I'm trying to figure out what fixed camera angles actually means in the context of this new gameplay system, because this game is just, and we're gonna go into it in depth, is just so much more immersive, and I'm a little concerned with going back to like Contagious Memories fixed camera angles and losing a lot of what's kind of turning out to make this game special right now. So what I'm going to say right now is I'm putting a lot of thought into what do fixed camera angles mean in a game like this, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm thinking about it. I'm not saying that they're getting cut. I'm not saying that they're going to be identical to Contagious Memories. But what I am probably saying is that they will probably need to take on a new form, and I don't know what that form really is yet. Yeah. But we'll as we play, we'll kind of see why I'm kind of saying that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cool. So I think I put all my settings back the way we were. All right. So we are gonna play as Miranda though. Right now.
Buy Zarina.
Yeah, buy Zarina. If you guys would like me to play as Zarina, just buy 3 playable survivors right now, and I'll put Zarina on the screen again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're gonna jump in. So some quick ground rules on what we're gonna see. Some levels are more done than other levels. So a lot of where I've been spending my time outside of building like the game systems and a lot of polish in the game is building out a lot of the environments we're going to be going to. And I'm working on the first major scenario, which has 5 segmented pieces to it. So a lot of the levels that we're going to see, they're missing like a lot of the game logic. Game logic being like puzzles, being like final item and weapon sets on the levels. Obviously, enemies are very limited right now because we're early in development. So what we're going to be doing is going through the game and showing mechanics and taking a look at some of the new areas, but they are not representative of what the final game will be like. Think of them more as we're taking a walk around some maps and talking about how the game's developing, and less so that this is exactly how it's going to play. because a lot of the levels are still kind of in a concept-ish phase where we're building out the environments, where we're thinking about what the game logic and the puzzles and the interactions are going to be, but they're not there yet. And that's a part of showing off pre-alpha stuff, is that the game's not finished. It's a super work in progress. So we're gonna swing on down to the bar, which is gonna be the tutorial level.
Someone wants to play as you, by the way.
Yeah, I will be in the game as a playable survivor. I'll be Julie and I will be unlockable characters, probably with pretty hefty unlock requirements. Zarina will be the hardest character to unlock in the game. We actually said this during the Kickstarter. When you play on easy mode, Zarina is kind of your buddy on easy mode, and she's super overpowered because she's the mayor of Cypress Ridge and she knows everything and has all the resources. But her playable character is gonna have probably like borderline game-breaking skills. So she's probably gonna be like behind the platinum trophy or something. I think is where this is going.
She's the superhero.
Although she gets the unlock code to unlock her character right at launch. So
yeah, if you're Zarina, you're lucky.
For it.
Love the lighting.
Yeah, thank you. So we're on Lumen right now. This is with all the reflections, kind of everything going crazy here. Let's just, while we talk, let's pop into photo mode really quick.
We do have photo mode.
Yeah, photo mode. Everybody loves photo mode. Actually, I'm gonna do one thing quick before we go into this. I'm gonna change my gun to the pistol because I like the idle animation on the pistol. So, just because if I don't go into photo mode, a zombie's going to literally eat me. So, in the game, the first scenario, which this is... The tutorial, I guess, is technically the first scenario, but the game starts off, you're in a bar. It's basically a story contrivance to get all the characters into the same geographic area, because there's going to be like 30 of them. Mm-hmm. So, you're going to be kind of starting out the game and doing tutorial stuff in this bar that they all frequent in different capacities. Some of them work there, some of them go there, some of them, like Falco, are banned from there. I will show you where he's banned from. That is actually a story point, is that Falco Jr. and Falco are banned from this bar because he's banned.
What did they do?
We'll find out in the full release, or buy 3 playable Survivor characters right now, and I'll tell everybody.
All right.
Evan can be bribed, is the moral of this stream.
Just go drop $5,000 on the backer kit, and I'll tell you whatever the fuck you want to know right now. Basically, there will be cutscenes in the game and stuff. So when you do start in the bar, the idea is that the outbreak has been kind of bubbling for a bit over the last couple of weeks in the city, and when the game starts, you are basically at the tipping point where everything just goes to complete shit, and that's what you're trying to escape from. The bar is going to be kind of your first location. It's the goal here, and we'll take a look outside in a little bit. It's kind of supposed to be a step up from a dive bar. The people who own it clearly care. They're clearly trying. They're failing, but god damn it, they're trying. They have instruments and things like that. I will note too, I said this at the beginning, but the item layouts are debug item layouts, so you're gonna find there's gonna be items everywhere for the sake of just demoing this. In the full game, they will not be as plentiful as they are right now, as well. And just as a further note here, just to talk about the character models, why metahumans are important. I mean, this is an in-game character that you're playing as, Miranda here. Which looks fantastic, you know. This is why metahumans are an absolute game changer for studios our size. A few quick changes just to point them out right here. The shoulder light is back. Hooray! Your gun no longer has a magical flashlight on it anymore. So shoulder light's here. Everybody loves shoulder light, which you can turn on and off. And obviously at the beginning of the game there will be just some NPCs kind of flipping out, I guess is the term to use. For this stuff. So, all right, let's bail out of photo mode and hope nothing broke from that. Some big changes when we showed the game before, and I do have the crosshair aiming on, as you can see right here. Hello. I'm bad. Hey, you died. Big changes too is when we showed the game before, the character was always kind of aiming forward, the laser sight was always on. It was very unnatural. I've spent a lot of time in the last couple of months playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I'm trying to take good ideas that they had and put it in. So now as you move around, you're in an idle phase. You're like in an idle pose that feels more natural. You're not just aiming forward. And you do need to now be aiming, just like in our prior games, to engage in combat. And just for folks to see that I'm not lying, our good friend the laser sight is still here. As you aim, you can choose to have the
Oh,
laser
yeah.
sight instead of the crosshair. If you want to relive your happy days of Resident Evil 5 and 6 and 4 and stuff like that. The laser sight has been upgraded. You get a nice ball with some lighting there to show that you're going to hit something. It does respond to pick upable items and stuff too, so you can actually use the laser sight to do that. But the crosshair is there every other time, and you can just use the crosshair to tell where you need to aim. Big progress on character animations to make the game feel kind of more natural. The character holds it more of an idol. There's a knife. Yeah, even with like machine guns, it's kind of a more natural pose for this. That's a little less crazy. And obviously the first-person view is here. You can switch at any time. Here's how things kind of look in first-person land right now. Your gun's idle. Your body is fully rendered, as you can see. That's something that's very important to me, is that your body's rendered. I'm going to do a quick dig at Dead Space, the Dead Space remake. Our character, when you turn, actually steps to turn, unlike in the Dead Space remake. So just gonna full on just be an absolute piece of shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just blew off his leg. Look at him crawl away. He ran away on me. Man, he was really moving. The gore, as we said last time, gore is persisting. Gore persists almost to eternity. Body parts and stuff, they last a couple minutes before they get cleaned up, just because, you know, you can't have models last forever. But the gore and the blood, as you decorate the environment, will stick around. And you can see I blew off his leg. Let me head back over to options, turn back on the crosshair so you guys can see that first-person view. Yeah, you see, it's just basically modeled. First-person view is very much modeled to be like a Resident Evil remake, one of their first-person games. Third-person, obviously, is supposed to feel like a third-person Resident Evil remake. There you go. Just took off a leg. Look at him go. He's dragging blood everywhere. Probably the animations for the players got greatly improved. The animations for the zombies also did too. They now smoothly transition all their animations. There's no like jerkiness or judder. They're still using a lot of placeholder animations, but let's see if I can get another leg here. There you go. You can see as his leg blows off, it's a very smooth fall as he crawls away and drags his bloody stump. And you can continue to dismember them if you get some lucky shots in here. You can blow off their arms, take off their heads. One of the biggest things we were asked for in prior games that we just couldn't get done in Unity due to limitations was full dismemberment of enemies. And as we said back in March, our enemies can be fully dismembered. And once they're dead, just because I love doing this in Resident Evil remakes, come here, you. Stop running away from me. You can just keep slashing at them and keep cutting off all their body parts and everything else. If you can actually hit it with a knife. There you go.
So I guess if one of them was particularly troublesome for you and gave you issues, you can definitely take it out on them.
Yep, there you go. And you can just keep dismembering them. I loved that in the Resident Evil modern remakes, and we offer full dismemberment. Dismemberment in this game is also a gameplay element. It's not just for fun. If you take a zombie's head off, which will not work on all enemies, but these are just kind of standard zombies, it's an insta-kill if their head goes. His did not. If you take off their legs, they fall over and they crawl. The benefit of making an enemy crawl is you can step over them, whereas an enemy that's standing up, you cannot walk through them. So you can just take off a zombie's leg to be able to run over them and have better mobility. Zombie hit detection is very accurate now. It's not bullshit. If you dodge their arm, you don't get hit. And the damage only works during the portion of their attack where it makes sense. See, like I'm not taking bullshit damage there and I can run past her. It's only at the swing where you would take, where somebody would actually take damage that it actually hits you. If you take off their arms, they can't attack you, and I'm out of bullets, so I can't show that right now. And once a zombie is knocked down or they can no longer attack you, you can run past them. You can go right through them. Well, that one died, but so
I mean, those bullets went through her.
Yeah, so like a big point in the prior Outbreak games, combat's really important to us, but in prior Outbreak games, when you started a fight with an enemy, you fucking had to finish it. This game, we're going for a different way. The supplies are going to be a lot less plentiful, and it's going to be more of a focus on disabling enemies or shooting out their legs to get past them, and less about just going in guns blazing. Obviously, for the demo here, though, we have a lot of stuff. Oh God.
We had a question, actually, speaking of that. Someone was wondering if there'd be if there are multiple difficulties for scenarios planned right now.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
We will support we will support classic difficulty options. You'll have easy, normal, hard, biohazard, and nightmare. I believe will be the 5 that we're going to support. One of the biggest pieces of feedback, of course, that I get is people want a very, very, very easy mode, which we were somewhat hesitant to do in the past. And it will be here, including having Zarina with you to watch over you and protect you from all of the horrible things that can happen to you in life. And we'll have everything up to Nightmare difficulty, where Nightmare will again be one-hit kill for players. So everything up to that and in between and easy.
Scary.
Yeah, is Alec gonna do that? I think that's what we have to make it.
Yeah.
Now that Alec has joined, to prove his worth, he has to go through the one-hit kill.
I did RE4 Pro, so
There you go.
There you go. Real quick, Evan, I don't know if it's present on on stream or if it's not, so I'm gonna ask now. I don't know if there's any sort of like little bit of juddering going on the gameplay feed. See if I can adjust that.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay. Cool.
I'm at a locked 30 right here, so if it is happening, it might just be some shenanigans with it sending it through Discord. But I'm at a total locked 30 here. I don't think the frame rate's fallen even a single time.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so let's go see why Falco's banned. Just again pointing out reflections and stuff. Beautiful reflections all over the game. You can see them on the surfaces here, on the floor. Just really nice stuff. Come on, give me a headshot. Nope, didn't work. Their heads fucking explode when their heads go off. Oh, hey, this guy sitting here. Okay,
hey, look.
so let's go in.
Who could those people be?
Hey, that's us.
Oh.
Alec, we'll have to get your photo up on the wall because you're definitely banned.
Oh, great.
So we got our executive producer Falco over here on the left. We've got Amanda. We've got Corinne, Maxine. We have Lady Zarina here, who is our mayor. We have Cass, who is a friend from the limited run side of the fence. And she has been a fantastic technical advisor for me getting on my journey into Unreal. Part of the reason why we're on Unreal is that she recommended it so heavily to me. She also did a lot of Unity development, and it was good advice. So I love Cass. Wordy's here, Julia's here over here. I'm up here, and then we've got a great the group photo from this is PAX with actually CMM. We don't have your photo up here, and you got to actually give me a good headshot to put up here. I just realized you're not up here, but
yeah.
Good God, the image quality in the game, just as I was zooming in there, you can see it as we've got everybody here from PAX. We've got Falco, me, Julia, CMM, and we have 2 friends back here. These were Falco's buddies who are also game developers. Falco, I think they're a husband and wife team too. I think he's in chat, so he can probably confirm that. But they're working on a really cool. It was like a medieval 2D like adventure game, and it looked. They were showing us it at PAX. It was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Photo mode is so yeah. I mean, just the quality, man. There's a lot of quality here.
And yeah, the in regards to stream guys, obviously, you know, streaming games is can be a little hit or miss sometimes. So if you do see anything that looks kind of weird, just keep in mind that it's likely not the game itself. There will be a little bit of stream jitter here and there.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not going to show up on the video on demand, God willing, and maybe the video on demand will be clean. You know, other little stuff too is obviously when you walk up to a wall, your gun moves out of the way so you don't go through the wall. It's just like little stuff like that. Why this is a big quality jump for us over prior games. All right, and then of course, obviously we showed some of this before, but we have new interactables. We'll have ladders, climbable stuff that you can climb up during the game. That was stuff that we always wanted to get into prior Outbreak games, but it was just too fucking hard to wire up in Unity because Unity was so brutal about every. There his head goes.
There goes the pop.
Oh, that was beautiful. And now I'll never be able to do it again.
Nope, you're done.
Stop moving. But yeah, so climbing ladders, vaulting is in the game. We got one of the vaults down here. We did show this off before, but just for folks, so I know that there's probably a bunch of new folks seeing this. Vaulting is a big thing in the game. So like a lot of that classic survival horror stuff that everybody loved is there. Fire zombies make a return. Everybody loves fire zombies. When they're on fire, they deal additional damage if they grab you. So it's all that good fun. And the only way to extinguish a fire zombie is to kill them.
True.
And then they slowly burn out. Goodbye, fire.
That's how that
making
works.
it safe. Yeah.
If I don't stop, drop, and roll, and I get set on fire, when I die, does my fire go out, both literally and
Exactly.
figuratively?
Look at him crawl.
Damn, that was so
All right.
dark.
Sorry, it's horror. It's fine.
Does my fire go out figuratively?
Someone was wondering in chat about accessibility options. I know you briefly touched on that earlier, but could you kind of speak to what the plans are there?
We're gonna have basic stuff like subtitles will be in this one, brightness and stuff like that. We're gonna have options. There will eventually be lightning in the sky. We will have options to turn off the lightning to make for folks who that bothers or can't tolerate it for medical reasons. We will have options for you there. Die already, die. So we will have some simple accessibility options, and I'll do my best to include what I can where I can. We talked about this a bit in the past. Verticality is going to be a big new thing in the game. We had very, very limited verticality in prior games. And verticality is huge in Shades of Horror. There is going to be platforming elements because everybody loves them. And like in the tutorial area which we're in right now, one of the things you're going to need to do to find one of the escape routes is climb the radio tower that was under construction above the bar. So a big part... Hey, there's a helicopter flying overhead.
Oh, that's cool.
Hi, Mr. Helicopter.
Evan, real quick,
sure.
before we proceed any further, I'm going to actually see about taking it to a break screen real quick, just to see if I can get this judder going on stream a little bit less
You got it.
crazy. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, and again, thank you for understanding. Obviously, it's not a perfect environment to show this game off, but we did really want to show you guys stuff, and we will have more like structured videos and stuff like that in the future where you can see the game as well. But we'll be right back. I'm just going to try and get that going, make it a little smoother for you guys. Don't go anywhere, and we'll have more Outbreak Shades of Horror for you soon. Hi everybody. We're back. We've got the issue fixed. So we are going to get back to showing some more Outbreak Shades of Horror. So Evan, keep on keeping on.
I was chewing ice. Okay.
Okay.
I also just realized we're an hour and a half into the stream and we got halfway through one level.
Yep.
So this is going great. Okay, so we're gonna. I was gonna go up the structure, but I think instead we're gonna move this along. Because I think we originally said this was gonna be a 2-hour stream.
Yeah. We were probably shooting for around there, but we can, we can do some cool stuff now. Someone wants to know, what are we looking at? what is this area that we're looking at right now?
Oh, so this is the bar area. This will be the tutorial environment here, and the deal is that this kind of one step above a dive bar. If you've ever been to a shitty part of town, cities love to put horrifying structures on buildings that cannot fight back, and that's what's kind of happened here. Is they put a giant radio tower on the bar, and it's under construction right now. It's not the Outbreak that destroyed all this. It's literally poor city planning, because one of the things that is a hallmark of our series is we do not attribute to maliciousness what can't be explained simply by incompetence. And what you're gonna see a lot of Cypress Ridge is basically just human incompetence leading to a lot of the bad situations people are in this game. And one of it is this halfway piece of shit built structure. Hey, that's not nice. Don't do that. Up there that you're gonna climb up and eventually try to find a way through. Levels in the game will have multiple ways to end them. In the tutorial level, you're gonna be able to exit once you climb the structure and do some fun Crash Bandicoot style platforming. You can get up to a street here to get over this barricade. There's a fire up there that you'll be able to put out by overloading a water tank and end the tutorial that way. Otherwise, there's a barricade down here that you will be able to find an explosive to detonate, which for demo purposes, it's sitting right here.
Yeah, so, that's not final. Again, an example of a game in progress.
Really quick, let's talk about the inventory quick, because we didn't really talk about that at all. Your inventory comes back from prior games. Big changes is that you have a dedicated primary, secondary, melee, and grenade slot in the game. Your inventory, where your typical pick-upables are held, are separated from these. So you can only have one primary weapon, one secondary, one melee, and one grenade at a time. When you pick up a new one, you drop the old one. And then your remaining slots, and every character has a different sized inventory. Miranda has 6 free slots. Other characters may have 8. Other characters may have 10, etc. So I think a few characters have 4, which is really tight. I'm literally gonna get jumped from behind here. Die. So your free items here that you can pick up and drop and trade and stuff is all here. And one of the big changes in the inventory now you can use that you can do with an item, right? Like, so with bullets, you can't use bullets because we don't allow you to combine into weapons to the inventory anymore, because we force you to reload it in game now. But you can combine bullets into other sets of bullets. You can put them on the floor or cancel, as an example here. Weapons, you can use them or you can cancel, things like that. So the inventory is also more intelligent, that it'll only give you the options that you can actually do with something.
Just one of those quality of life updates. Yep.
I'm actually going to heal myself too. I'm not going to heal myself all the way though. Okay, so we're gonna grab the detonator. Let's move on to the next area, which is going to be basically the first segment of the first scenario. Once you've cleared the tutorial, you can see Michiko on the loading screen sings in the lower right-hand corner, so you know the game isn't locked up. So once you escape the tutorial area around the bar, and through whatever reason, there's going to be some stories, some cutscene stories happening, you basically pop out back on Main Street. Now this is the vertical slice area that we showed in the past, but it is radically different now, and we're gonna move through it at a brisk pace. Whereas the bar was kind of like in back streets, and it was very kind of secluded and not really getting hit by the brunt of the outbreak. Main Street's supposed to be just non-stop chaos. Just tons and tons of zombies walking around, survivors everywhere. The people who did not survive are obviously the zombies. The people who were smart enough to like climb up on chairs and cars and stuff, they're still alive, obviously.
For now.
for now, they'll be dead soon enough. And we talked about this a little bit in the vertical slice, but the way that you approach areas is very open. In this area, you can jump down to the streets and just try to run through and figure out what to do. You can go up around the side here and explore and stay away from the zombies and go up on the fuel tank there to get over there. You can also, if you want to do some Crash Bandicoot shit, you can run and try and jump from car to car to car if you wanted to. But all the stages in the game are going to have different ways to approach them, and it's not going to be just a straight-on shoot your way through. Honestly, the way that I want the game outside of boss fights is that you can get through the whole game without killing a single enemy if you wanted to. If you want to just run for your life and try to stay alive.
Question related to that, actually. Are characters planned to have perks or a leveling system like the new Nightmare?
Yeah, so they're all going to have perks and special abilities that are unique to the character. Leveling system, I don't want to confirm anything like that, but it has worked well in our prior games, and I kind of don't see a reason why it wouldn't return, right? So, but I'm not confirming that right now. It's under thinking. I do want to show you quick. Zombies attack by stab or by grabbing you like that. You can also get bit, although I can't seem to do it right now.
They're not.
There you
hungry.
go.
Oh, there they are.
There you go. And then I'm getting bit by a zombie. So zombie bites are in. Everybody loves zombie bites, and you do get a little bit of a buff after you get bit, so you can't just get chained into endless zombie bites. They're not a 100% of the time thing that happened to you, but they'll happen when you least expect it. And now I really need to heal.
You're not looking too good there.
So, fuck you, here's a grenade! That went far. Yeah!
We love explosions.
Ooh, that's a nice looking explosion.
Yep, and any standard zombies caught in the grenade, they explode. All their limbs come out and blood goes everywhere.
It's pretty satisfying.
Oh, it totally is.
Even on a lower, I have like a rig that's not as advanced, but even on there, it's with the settings lowered, it's still extremely satisfying.
I forgot to get the puzzle item. Oh my god.
That's okay.
This is gonna be a 7-hour stream.
Nah, it'll be fun.
Ladder report. Out of my way. Nope, bad touch.
I think all the zombie touches are the bad touch. Amanda's chastising you, by the way, in chat. She's like, "You do this every time, Evan."
I know. Yeah, Amanda does the playtesting with me, and I drive her absolutely insane because I forget every single time. Key lock puzzles will be in. Your journal's back. Just a note for anybody who hasn't been here. You will find notes about the outbreak. You do have your journal that will record the notes you found in the area. We will have a I don't know, a library, I guess, whatever the fuck you'd call it, where you can go back and reread all the notes, and we'll have extra bonus stuff.
Logs.
Yeah. So finding notes to open up optional and required puzzles and stuff is going to be a big part of the game. And we're going to move on a brisk pace here because we did already show this area in a prior stream, even though it does look completely different. Helicopter flying overhead over there. But we do want to go. We want to get to some new areas. This is still the most built-out area, though. I want that ammo. Is there ammo here? It's SMG rounds. I don't have an SMG. Fuck that. Evan out.
Evan out.
Evan out.
Fucking die.
This is gonna be you guys when you play this game, just cursing at it. But in a fun way, right. you know.
I realize I've just been in first-person view the entire time. Don't bite me! Alright. Hold on.
The point is...
I'm gonna...
We obviously have
fucking
difficulty...
die! Grenade out!
We have difficulty settings, and obviously there are versions of the game that you could play that are a little easier, but if you want that challenge, that is still very much here, and you will be screaming at zombies as you, try and
just like our lead dev here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, basically, we're on probably easier than easy mode right now. I'm almost unkillable in this build right now.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving right along here. Obviously, for folks who didn't see last time, there will be puzzles like destructible barriers. Here's one here. It says attack to destroy. Those are meant to like lock you into areas and force you to find supplies to knock them down. If you find an explosive barrel, which I don't know if I can maneuver this one out of here. You can use explosive barrels and grenades to take out obstructions. This fence has a lot of health. I need more gun.
I need more gun. Everybody in every horror situation.
Alright. Oh, grenade. Gimme. Do I not have... Yeah, I have plenty of inventory space. Gimme.
There it is.
There are some optional puzzles even in the vertical slice here. We're not going to do these, but a good example of an optional puzzle, if you were to open that up, there's ammo or supplies and shit.
Amanda, Evan can't see chat, so all of your help for him is going to be filtered through me, and I will decide if he gets it or not.
Jeez!
There it
Bye,
is.
fence!
Goodbye, fence.
Die! Yes!
I decide if Evan lives or dies.
Right. You can see all the beautiful real-time reflections here from Lumen.
Yeah, the Lumen is really impressive.
Ah,
oh, there it
there's
is.
the head.
There's the head.
We are moving right along. I'm getting to the next area. I know everybody's already seen this. We're moving.
Yeah. But we did want to give you guys a glimpse at how it's kind of evolved over the past few months.
I'm playing on keyboard and mouse, by the way, if anybody's curious. I don't have the Xbox controller on. Good fucking god, die!
Never.
Hey, her arm came off.
That was cool.
Oh, more gun. Yes. Key. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Do a little bit more first-person view.
Oh, I hear that. Where's Burger? Is Burger here? I'm sure we're past
Burger's
Burger.
gone. It was removed. I know you love it, but it's gone. A lot of that really dopey shit that I had to just fill in the environment with.
Yeah, it's
got
placeholder.
kicked out. Yeah, it was all placeholder.
Someone wanted to ask, actually, in regards to controls. On console, will there be keyboard and mouse support?
I don't know.
Question.
I don't know what the stance is of the platform holders on that.
I know some of the games recently I've started to see some of that. It's kind of interesting. I might be against TOS, though. Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know what... I've never used keyboard and mouse on an Xbox or a PlayStation. I'm not opposed to looking into it, though.
Yeah, we can tell you that it'll be considered. Someone else wanted to know roughly how long is the campaign planned for. I know we're still early on, but is there a general idea for how long the game is going to be?
Well, we got five scenarios. Each scenario has 5 segments to it.
Mm-hmm.
Each of these levels I'll be going through would be considered a segment. Let's say 20 minutes per segment, 5 scenarios, hour 20, and about an hour and a half, maybe hour 40 each. You're probably looking for like a normal difficulty playthrough, probably like maybe 12 or 15 hours. But obviously there's gonna be different what's the word, difficulty levels. There's different characters to play as. There's different ways to proceed through each level. There's going to be bonus modes.
Yeah.
We're going to be bringing back bonus arcade modes. The Onslaught mode has been a fixture in our series. I think it's pretty safe to say it's coming back in some form, and there will be... obviously, I would like to do an updated version of Operation Rabid Wolf from Contagious Memories. Would be fun to do as well. So
Cool.
And probably more. So, I mean, like, I would imagine quite a bit.
The game is made to be replayable and experienced in a
Yeah.
lot of different ways, so it's not just, one and done, and then that's kind of it. So this map here, what is this area?
So when you leave the Main Street area, you basically duck into it. And I'm actually playing as the character whose segment this is. This is Miranda's garage that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And her garage is kind of right off Main Street. She's sharing a, please drop. Are these not discarding? They're not discarding. Oh, we found a bug.
Yay, live bugs.
I have unlimited ammo. Oh. No, it's removing the 4 from that one. Oh, I don't have unlimited ammo. That's bullshit.
It's like, I found a bug, but it doesn't work for me. Hello, Amanda. Welcome in.
All right.
Not our Amanda, another Amanda. Other Amanda's here, too.
I'm healing up. All right. Give my rifle ammo back. So this is Miranda's garage. This is one of the second segment of the first scenario you'll encounter during the game. Obviously, none of the game logic is here. We're just going to take a walk through it. And she shares her garage with a giant shipping warehouse. And as you can expect, things are not great inside the shipping warehouse.
Is flashlight unlimited? Someone wanted to know.
Yes, and can be turned on and off. Off, on, off, on.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're
nice.
not doing flashlight bullshit.
Yep. So you will be able to see if you want to see.
This level, after the openness of the bar on Main Street, this is meant to be more of a claustrophobic level. The zombies in the final game will be very aggressive in here because you're going to be kind of trapped in here with them. The zombies in this preview that we're playing right now, they're kind of set to dumb mode, so they wander around, and when you're not paying attention to them, they try to attack you. In the full game, there will be zombie aggression, and other super monsters that are not in this demo will be able to basically call zombies over to make your life a living hell. And there will be siege moments, too, where you have to hold out in an area against a wave of zombies and stuff during the game.
Quick question that someone else had. I know we talked a little bit about there is a plan for post-launch content, which is obviously far from now, but would something like additional scenarios be a possibility for that kind of content?
Yes.
Okay.
And not even a possibility, we will do them.
Okay.
It will be one of the monetization methods that we use to support the game after post-launch. There will be more characters, more cosmetics, more gameplay scenarios. I want to be making content for this game for years, and not be rolling into the next Outbreak game. I want to be rolling into expansion packs. I want to be doing Dino Break, and more scenarios and stuff, and keep building off of this in the same way that they built off of Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yeah, this is
a
very strong foundation for the future. And also, real quick, guys, because I know there's some new people coming in as well. We do have a giveaway running. If you'd like to be a part of that, we are giving away winner's choice between Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Street Fighter 6, and Final Fantasy 16. You need to use the channel points feature, the redemption feature, to redeem a prize called Enter the Giveaway. Please be following us, be here, be present, talk with us, because we will be choosing the winner after the stream ends, and we'll be messaging them there. But if, obviously, if you're hanging out with us and asking questions and whatnot, we love to see that. So that's your PSA on that.
I'm just turning on the laser sight, because I know we haven't had that on for a while. I've been doing just the crosshair. So we'll do some laser sight.
This game is indeed on Steam. It's also going to be targeting PS5 and Xbox Series right now.
Another good example of those real-time reflections. Good God, it's so beautiful.
It's very shiny and pretty in here.
Yeah.
Even if, considering the situation, you probably wouldn't want to really be in there, but...
No. And puddles and stuff, you can see some of the water splashing down. We have really nice effects everywhere. Give me bullets.
I hear that noise.
Yep. The zombies are everywhere.
It's me when I wake up.
There will be more variation in the zombies. There's about 150 different variations in the game right now, but they're all based off of like 20 base models. So you'll be seeing much more variation in the full game. Plus, obviously, more monsters than just zombies.
Yeah, the enemy variety will increase.
Yeah.
Again, we are in a pre-alpha state. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, his head. Oh, that's brutal.
Pop. I love that.
Fuck you, I don't have the ammo for this. Yeah! Miranda out.
You better hope Amanda's out. Those ladder sequences scare me.
Big focus on mazes. I mean, I'm taking kind of the golden route through here, but these places are mazes. There's a lot to explore and see and do. So you can expect to get lost. God, they're really dominating that ladder. Oh, her head went.
Yeah, her head did go. That was pretty good.
Okay. And this whole area is just really a giant warehouse that you're going to work your way through. It transitions from Miranda's garage into kind of a full shipping warehouse, and basically it's a very poorly run shipping warehouse, which is what is going to be your key takeaway here. There's just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of like alternate paths you can go like down here and explore and find items, and there will be puzzles and stuff to lead you through this area and set pieces and stuff in the full game. This is obviously, as we said, we're kind of exploring the environment. What we're not, what is not in here yet is the game logic, and we're on an exceedingly easy difficulty right now.
Yeah, so we want to give you guys a look at some of the new stuff that's been built out, but please, again, keep in mind this is not anywhere near final. We don't have the puzzles and a lot of that stuff implemented yet. We just want to give you sort of a tour of some of the stuff we've been working on. Someone want to know if there's environmental damage, like explosive barrels or electric fences. I think we can say yes, on that one. Yeah.
Yep, I will shoot an explosive barrel the next time I see one. We did shoot a couple before, and yes, fire bad. Don't fire. I'm actually going to show you, we're coming up on a section where fire indeed bad.
Down he goes.
Hi, grenade.
Hi, grenade.
Any questions or anything in chat right now?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that's everything currently covered. Oh, has there been discussion around the infection meter?
Yes, as you can see, it is counting up. I'm at 80% right now, which is not great, because there's no way in this build to lower it right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We're entering desperate times.
Yes, it's going to get bad because you start taking damage once the meter gets high. So we're going to start taking pretty consistent damage here. In the game, if your infection meter gets high enough and you die, you will turn into a zombie for the remainder of the segmented portion that you're in, and you'll have to go hunt down your friends. And we're going to do Left 4 Dead style, where once you clear one of the segments in a scenario, you will come back if you're dead in the next segment if your team drags your ass through it. But you're also going to have the other thing where you're going to become a zombie and you have the choice to just try and sabotage the whole fucking thing and go after your friends as a zombie. So, you got to choose. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to screw everybody over?
TSG, if I've missed any, if I've missed questions from you or if I've missed questions from anyone else, please feel free to post them again. I probably have missed some. I will get your questions answered to the best of my ability.
So on the topic of environmental areas, fire bad. If you fall down here, oh God, no!
If you fall...
I didn't realize there wasn't a... I didn't realize there was a damn hole in the floor.
If you fall down there, if you do this, that will happen.
Oh my fucking God! We were at the end of the area. Oh fuck!
This is the speedrun version now.
Sprint mode now.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're into speedrunning, let's
oh my
let's
fucking
see the version
God!
Of that.
Yeah,
Pro
if you
play.
fall down in the fire, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that was just to demonstrate that you die in fire.
Yeah, that's to show you that the feature works. I have, by the way, I have respawns on right now. Will respawns be an option in the main game? Maybe on easy mode. We'll do lives or something to give you more chances. But in most cases, if you die in the segment, you're dead. You become a zombie more often than not, and your friends will have to carry you through. Maybe in single player mode, we'll ease up on that a little bit because you won't have friends. We'll see. Hi.
I have a couple comments here while you go through questions while you go through this section again.
Well, I play back through the entire level.
Yes, which is fine. It's a good time for questions. Will you have the head on third-person mode more congruent with the body? For example, looking at special items while walking to indicate something.
Yeah, we can do that. Will it be there? I'm going to try to get it done, but yes, it is doable. You can rotate the model and it will bend a little bit to make it work. I would actually like to do a lot with facial animations and stuff during gameplay. I mean, I know you're not really seeing your character's face really at any point, but in multiplayer it'd be cool to be able to see your character react and stuff, like we have some of the reactions on the main menu.
Beggar of Cosmetics, we appreciate any and all feedback, whether it's positive or negative. All we ask is that it's productive, and that's perfectly productive. So don't feel bad. You're not going to get banned or whatever. We want to hear what you think. We want to make the game as good as it can be. And obviously, a lot of people have a lot of opinions about how stuff should be. So I will absolutely give that feedback to the team. But we're glad that overall you guys are really enjoying the game. And do keep in mind it is a very, very early work in progress.
So there's no floor there.
Yeah, that's a hole.
That's a hole.
Hey, Hebid, what happens if you step in the hole? You want to find out?
No. But yeah, we got some Crash Bandicoot platforming in the game, so don't worry. Oh God, I actually do have to make some jumps.
So I'm a big platforming guy, so I like this.
Get out of my way. I have 8 fucking bullets because I lost everything. It's all at the bottom of the damn hole there.
Hello, BX Latino Heat. Welcome in. Glad to see you here. I see a lot of our regulars and some new guys popping in, which is fantastic. We appreciate that. Oh, this is where I nearly killed Amanda.
Oh yeah.
During this
I think I killed
jumping
Amanda here
segment.
too.
Yeah,
I
it
actually
was
think I
annoying.
gunned her down by accident in this room during a playtest recently.
I'm pretty sure I shot her in the back of the head somewhere as well.
Oh really?
Straight up murked her.
No! God, I thought I missed a jump. Oh my god.
Oh, Evan shot you in the head. Never mind. Okay. Oh, we both shot her. Perfect.
Awesome.
We're just
And
anti-Amanda. Poor Amanda.
Please die.
No.
I have no bullets.
I mean, those were a lot of bullets just now, man.
Going down here. I'm just jumping down, taking the fall damage. There is fall damage. Okay,
Yep.
the key, because we're in a demo, the key is like right there. I just gotta get to the damn key without dying.
Okay.
Careful. Give me key so I
Okay.
can end the fucking level.
No.
Hooray!
I hear that noise.
Quick note.
Use.
This next level likes to crash a lot. We may be heading to Crash Town, so just
Granite Rock and anyone else from Kickstarter, yes, we really did want to mail this out to you guys and let you know. We intended to mail it slightly earlier, and then, you know, Kickstarter kind of had an oopsie. So, but I'm glad that we were able to do that so you guys can be here. We're really, really thankful for your support and really want to know what you think, and we want to show you the game, especially because you've, you know, obviously you've backed it and supported us. So, this is all for you guys.
I'm literally stealing ammo out of guns at this point. There we go.
You cheapskate.
You can unload guns. It's back in the game. So when a gun's equipped, you can combine your gun with an empty part of the inventory. If it's equipped, which I don't have any gun equipped. Great job.
Awesome.
I had the knife out. But yeah, you do get a combine option on the gun. You can unload it into your inventory. So that is a thing.
Someone wanted to know, do you always end a level by escaping?
No, it's just work in progress debug shit. I mean, you will need to leave the area in some form, but there will be multiple exits and multiple puzzles to unlock a way out. It's meant to give you some choice over out of it. But
Yeah.
yes, you will have to leave an area though. So
Someone also wanted to know, are there any super unique weapons or just your standard affair of weapons?
there will be. We will have super unique stuff in the game. This is right now. It's just the basic stuff that we put in a couple months ago because weapons aren't really the focus right now. So it's just a couple handguns, machine guns, a shotgun, knives, and a grenade. Right now we're in. We'll be adding probably some zanier stuff.
Can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, but Amanda just said that Falco's feet are a unique weapon.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, Falco's
Stop.
feet would be awesome.
Whoa!
Yeah, I know that just kind of went from 0 to 100.
1,000.
Yeah, we have it's a thing. Alec, you'll get used to it. It's fine. It's all I hear about.
So the area that we're in here is the city park, which was used for. What are we naming the government, Falco? The government response agency?
Wasn't it Fedora?
Or Fedora, CMM. Good God, I'm calling you Falco. CMM.
It's fine. I can be Falco.
Uh,
I'll be attractive and married if I'm Falco. So.
Nice. Fedora, is that what we're going with?
Fedora, I think, was the name. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were using the just like on Main Street, you can see that the hospital was using Main Street for storage of bodies out in the street. They were using the park. In the storyline, you'll find they were using the park as kind of a staging area. Because again, this isn't like the first minute of the outbreak. The idea is that the city was slowly succumbing to this, and nobody really realized what was going on for the most part. And you're playing at the tipping point of it. So there was a government response to try and kind of sort things out a little bit. Obviously, didn't go great because you're trying to get the hell out of the town. But one of the areas you'll come to is the city park with a beautiful pond. Another great use of the reflections in Lumen here.
Actually, speaking of Lumen, I have a very Lumen-specific question and request from chat. Someone wants to know, can you show Lumen on and off? And also, will screen space ambient occlusion and distance field ambient occlusion be turned on when you change to medium Lumen settings?
Right now, ambient occlusion is on, and I think you can kind of see it there. I don't think it's super noticeable. We're using whatever the pre-built Lumen ambient occlusion is right now. I gotta look into. I guess yeah, it needs to be able to fall back to screen space. So to answer that question, yes, I will eventually get that working. I think right now it's using the lumen ambient occlusion.
And I guess to further on that, how about lumen reflections? Will screen space be turned on when lumen is turned off?
Yeah, oh, sorry, yeah, whoever's asking must have missed it. Yes, you have an option here. You can turn on lumen reflections, you can turn on SSR, which is screen space, or just use probes. So it's your choice. The thing I will note, though, is, and this may not be common knowledge, lumen partially uses screen space reflections, though. It also does path traced and hardware ray traced reflections, which you're seeing some of them here. But there is also some screen space in lumen, and that is just a part of what lumen is.
Are we able to briefly see whenever you're in an area where it's safe, just to kind of see a brief comparison between lumen on and off?
So where this is lumen on with shadows, let's turn it off. And there it is off.
Yeah, so there's obviously a difference.
Yeah, so like the atmosphere didn't change, but it's different. What's the big major difference? No more global illumination coming in from the sky anymore. Global illumination went bye-bye. The lumen ray traced reflections will be gone. It's all going to be screen space now, as you can see. As it fades away. And then we'll go back to lumen. If you don't hit apply, it doesn't save the option there, but now it's back on. And you can see global illumination's back, coming from the sky. Here, I'll give you a good angle here where you can see it. Look at the building here. Looking up at the building, looking up at the building. You'll see it when I hit it. There you go. So you see the light coming down. Hey, there's a helicopter!
Shoot it, no.
but you can see the light coming from the sky, hitting the floor here.
Yeah.
So there is global illumination on when you're outside in this game. It looks great. I mean, I love how nice it comes in with all the yellow and everything. It looks great.
Evan's building this game, and then like the other 5% of the time is playing in photo mode. He's like, oh, it looks so cool.
Oh my god, I fucking love. Hey, let's go to photo mode.
Yeah, speaking of.
I fucking love photo mode. Let's go into like photo mode. Like, let's get some light on her face. Can't move. There we go. So yeah, I mean, again, this is all real time. Her model's real time. That's how she looks. If you're a multiplayer, that's what you'll see as the other person. And it is just, I mean, this is why Unreal Engine 5 is insane. It's unreal that a team with our size and our budget can create a game that looks like this. You know?
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts.
And yes, it does still look great on lower end machines with medium graphics. I am one of those people who uses them, and it still is a looker.
All right, let's keep pushing our way into the city. I'm loving all the questions, by the way. If folks have questions, please post them. These are good questions. Look at him go. He's naked. Oh God, terms of service.
Yeah, Amanda, I got that one. Thank you, though. And yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. We really appreciate the questions and the interest. We want to give you as much information as we can give right now.
We talk about, the question I get a lot is lighting. What is the Outbreak, like, how do we design lighting in Outbreak games? And I'll just answer that because I'm sure someone's wondering it because we get it like every stream. Outbreak lighting is primarily blue, green, red, and yellow. If you look at all of our games, the lighting heavily favors those 4 colors. And you can see it here in the map. Here. Yellow. Blue.
Yep.
Kind of off blue. Red. Always cop cars, always bringing the red. And yellow and red with the fire. So our primary ways of lighting our games historically and how we're lighting this game is going to be through that. It's going to be through ambient, through global illumination. And it's going to be through street lights, through fire, and other things like that. So we try to go for a very natural lighting, and we very much have a lighting style that we follow, and you'll see it throughout the game, is that those are the 4 colors that are primarily lit in the environments. Why? Because they look great is one of the biggest reasons, but it also feels very realistic for us, for like a medium-sized, 100,000 people living here city style setup here. And the fire looks really great. Oh, I love the fire. I love the enemies dragging the fire trail behind them. Look at him go.
Beggar of Cosmetics, I'll ask this one just to be safe because I don't want to give an incorrect answer, but Character blinks in the main menu, but in photo mode they don't. Is that simply because time's frozen?
Time is frozen.
Okay.
So we're in photo mode right now. Whenever you go into photo mode, and this is also why photo mode will not be in co-op. Time freezes, and the reason is because you when you're in photo mode, you want time to freeze. You want all the effects to stay where they are,
right.
The lighting to stay where they are. You want to keep poses so you can get cool scenes like this.
Yep.
Here, I'll take a screenshot and we can post this after the stream for people to have. Here's a kind of a cool screenshot that we'll. Uh-oh! I broke it.
You broke it.
Well, that did not work.
Well, that's why we test and test often.
Whatever, I'll just hit F12 and take a Steam screenshot. There we go, I'll post that.
Someone asked, has any build been tried on a Steam Deck, and if so, how is the performance?
Yes, I played on Steam Deck all the time. And yeah, you gotta, you're gonna run it at a low resolution. You're gonna turn on the screen percentage scaling. You're gonna turn down shadows, but it works great, and it's gonna play great on the Steam Deck because we offer all those options to bring it down. You have everything here. I know we haven't showed this in a while, but for anybody just joining us, we're giving you full access to all the options. You can turn off lumen, you can turn off shadows, set V-Sync to 30, lower the resolution, keep it on full screen, and lower the reflection quality, lower the screen percentage, which works because Unreal Engine has a built-in screen wave. If you turn off DLSS, you can still use TSR to scale down the screen. So yes, this will be just fine on Steam Deck. There's no reason why it won't be. You're just not going to run it maxed out because Unreal Engine maxed out is demanding
Wild.
As hell.
Someone else asked just a lighting related question. Will every light cast shadows or only major ones? I guess is the
So the greater majority of lights will cast shadows. You can actually see it. Hold on, let's try this light as an example. Do I have a shadow? I have a shadow here. So global illumination will cast shadows. Most lights will. Your flashlight, though, as you'd kind of expect, is casting one of the highest quality shadows you can get in the game right now, though, because you're going to be looking right at it, right? You want this flashlight to look nice.
Yep.
For that. But many other lights will cast shadows at lower qualities. The one shadow that you're not going to see a lot it's only going to be used very sparingly because it's incredibly demanding. Is volumetric shadows. You'll see them where they matter. Like up there, look, there's a volumetric shadow off the helicopter,
right?
Because of the global illumination. But a lot of lights will not have volumetric shadows unless like Unreal Engine gets crazy performance improvements because it's just too demanding.
I see.
And one of the best ways to improve your performance is to turn off shadows. Shadows are like the most demanding thing in Unreal Engine. So if you're on like a mid-range machine and you can stand to lose the shadows. You can shoot your frame rate through the roof.
Someone was saying in chat they're buying this game. And I guess that's a good time to mention that you can buy this game if you would like to on our backer kit. Any funds that go towards that are going to help develop the game and add additional stuff. We have stretch goals going on right now, such as cross-platform multiplayer, making a version of the campaign with dinosaurs. You can get certain things by backing, such as your name as on an in-game tombstone or being an NPC in the game. So definitely take a look at Backer Kit right now. You can even pre-order the PS5 physical edition through Limited Run Games through the Backer Kit right now. And yeah, we greatly appreciate all of your support.
Yeah, and just to note, the reason right now to go pre-order the game right now on Backer Kit is that money helps us build the game.
Yeah.
And if you get the tier to become an NPC or a playable survivor, it really fucking helps us build the game because we are a very small studio, mostly self-funded, Kickstarter funded, and our legacy game sales keep us alive basically.
Yeah.
So please, if you can, go join the Patreon right now at any tier. Go get something off the Backer Kit store. If you can become a playable survivor, we'd love to have you, and it really helps us out. Go buy any of our digital games. The Steam Summer Sale is live right now. All of our games are on sale on Steam. Go buy them right now.
Yep.
Go to our eBay store, buy signed physicals or anything you want off the eBay store. Oh, I'm getting bit. The eBay store money really helps us out. Or grab titles off Limited Run Games website or off Amazon from Limited Run for our physicals. But if you can shop on the eBay store, it really helps us out.
Yeah, particularly the eBay store stuff on Backer Kit. For Backer Kit, really like even you just being like, I want to buy this game, I'm convinced I want to play it when it comes out, and you simply pre-ordering the game, nothing more than that, helps us during development for the game, because we get access to those funds.
The game will also be more expensive when it launches too. The stuff on BackerKit, that's still a discount. The Kickstarter folks got a great discount. BackerKit's still discounted. The price will go up when the game launches.
Yeah, we are rewarding people for being so kind and supportive so early on. And if you'd like to see any of those various pages that we've talked about, everything from BackerKit to the eBay store and whatnot, we have a Linktree, Linktree/Dead Studios, which is in the chat. You can join our Discord, you can follow us on Twitter, you can check out the BackerKit in stores, see where we're at there. And then, also, I have one more question for you. Someone was asking about seasonal Easter eggs for holidays, like Santa hats, or costumes, stuff like that. Is that something that could be on the table?
Yeah, I'd love to do it.
Perfect.
We're going to be looking into all that. I mean, the idea is to support the game for a long time to come through paid and free content drops. And we're obviously we're going to try to get it out there to as many people as possible. Helicopter just flew over.
Again, guys, this is still a very early build. Obviously, please feel free to ask any questions you may have. But some of the answers that we're going to give you are going to be pretty much, we'd like to do it, or we can't commit to it quite yet. But do know that we are listening.
So, CMM, that's really what I was prepared to share.
Cool.
Zombies are mean. Again, if folks do have questions, now's a good time. If you want me to show something specific that you want to see, now would be a very good time to tell me to go do it.
Yeah, definitely. Please, one, ask any questions, or if there's anything you'd like to see, please do so. Second, if you have not entered the giveaway and you are here, you can do that by using the channel point redemption for entering the giveaway. You need to be following us. We will be drawing the winner sometime after the stream, and obviously you being here and interacting with us counts for a lot. Amanda wants you to die to a zombie. Someone wants a boss battle, although I don't know if any of those are currently
There's none
implemented.
in the game yet.
Yeah.
The only enemies in the game right now are the standard zombies, and they're very versatile. They can do a lot. You can blow off their limbs and stuff.
Ooh, that guy's ugly.
Yeah, he really is.
He's very ugly.
Trying to grab us some screenshots here to post because now photo mode's behaving. Trying to get us.
Someone wants to know, can you ping stuff in co-op? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, so they're talking about like putting a marker down.
Oh, I see. It's like a beacon, yeah.
That's a good piece of feedback. There's no reason why we couldn't do that. That's honestly that's pretty good feedback. Yeah, I'll look into that.
I'll ask you, Evan. Bryce kind of wants to know, kind of for each of us, but I'll start with you, put you on the spot. What's your favorite aspect or feature of the current build?
Well, it's not one thing. It's everything that. So we've been. So I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes if you've been following us for a while, but we've been paying attention to all of the feedback we've been getting for the last 7, 8 years now, and all of that. Much of that feedback is already being shown here in this video. Things like zombie dismemberment, attacks like the zombies being able to grab you and bite you instead of just slashing at you. Having a wide cast of characters that we can easily add more to and support the game long term. Having the next generation graphics, improved animations, and really just a more higher production game. A lot of people have always been like, make a better game, and it's like, well, we're working on it. We're trying to get to that point. So it's the thing that I'm most pleased about, even this early stage, is the fact that we're already delivering on a lot of feedback we've been getting for years. And it's not something where like we ran a Kickstarter and said, we'll get to it in a couple years. I'm just kind of showing it to you right now. A lot of this stuff folks have been asking for is already in, and it's going to just keep getting better. And things like the biting. The biting's a good example here. Biting was really, really hard to do. It would have been impossible for us to do in Unity. It's a real complex problem to solve. Now that we have a system for biting, it can get used for other animations. So some of the super monsters and bosses you'll encounter, they're going to have like staged attacks like you saw in the Resident Evil remakes, like the modern remakes. And it's exciting that these systems are so expandable, and that's why being on Unreal Engine is really, really important for us, because it's in Unity, everything was brittle. Like, it was so hard to build anything complex and then add on to it. But everything I'm showing you here, it's so easy to just add more to this, because their systems are built around rapid integration and expansion, and this is why this game is going to be very, very different compared to anything in the past. Is just because we now have like the systems and everything to let us do it. So that's the stuff that's really exciting for me.
I know for me, just something simple here is just the we didn't get to see all of it, but just the verticality of the maps and the stages and some of those platforming elements where you're kind of traversing environments in maybe ways that you might not do in other games of this type very often. I think that's really interesting. So that's probably
I'm excited about
choice. Alec, what have you seen today?
What do I think?
Yeah, is there anything that you've seen in this build today that sticks out to you?
You mentioned it earlier, and I was kind of thinking about how much I like the lagging in this game, but I like I don't know what the dev term for it is, but the theory behind crafting the colors.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of blues and like a little bit cooler tones. And that's just kind of like a personal preference for me as somebody who's played so many horror and survival horror games adjacent over the years. It's refreshing to have a game that's a little bit more colorful as opposed to just like different shades of gray, so
yeah, the game is very
but the Capcom
colorful.
games are really good at that. The remake series are really good at having colorful environments, and this one seems to be similar in that it's a little bit more vibrant, which I like. It's not a crime to have color in a horror game, right?
Yeah.
No, and I mean that's something
that
we've been very intentional about for the entire series, and certainly for this game too. Is that color is important. Like, I love Silent Hill, but like at the end of the day, when you play a Silent Hill game, you're getting dark blacks, grays, rusty reds, and shit like that. And one of the things that I always loved about Resident Evil games was that they had color in them. It was kind of like Silent Hill was kind of like turn off the lights scary, but Resident Evil was like turn on the lights and make it scary, because like when you look at a lot of the classic Resident Evil games, the lights are on almost the entire time, and it makes them different. The other thing, of course, that is important to me is combat. I don't like this trend of horror games that are like hide and seek simulators, and combat's really, really important to us, and it's why it's a major fixture in this game and in all of our games.
Yeah. Another question I have, I think we touched on this briefly before, but Corin wanted to know, will players who die be standard zombies or any other variation of monsters?
Yet we got to put some more thought into it. That's an area that's like still kind of super duper in development, in the sense that we're thinking about what that's going to be like. We know we want them to become the undead. I just don't know if it's going to be like Left 4 Dead, where you actually become like super monsters and stuff, or if you become a standard zombie, or if there's going to be some mechanics to it. It needs to be fair enough that it just doesn't spell complete and total doom to your friends, right? Like, you want it to be kind of some goofy fun and craziness, but you don't want it to be like I don't like the tank from Left 4 Dead. I don't want the tank just like running after you when you die, because it's going to be really easy on most difficulty modes to get killed,
Right.
So I would say we're going to keep thinking about it and determine what we want to do there. And I don't really know what the complete answer to that is, but it needs to be fair,
Another question. Will there be objectives that pop up or can be seen to help a player stay on track?
Yeah, there will be. In prior games, we typically had a text on the screen that literally says your current objective is blank. And I would imagine on easier difficulties, we'll probably have a marker when you get close to it, because there is markers in the game. Actually, I can already show you that. One sec here. Let's just drop something as an example. We'll drop our yellow sprout. As an example, here's an example of a marker. So you can expect that, yes, when there's something to interact with, and I even did show it at some points in the city level. Actually, might be good to just jump back to the city really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because they're there, and you all got to see the console. So, well, actually, there's one right here, right? Here's an example of a puzzle item. It has a marker above it saying interact with lock.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have those kinds of indicators in the game, and obviously as the game evolves, we'll probably have more of that and thoughtful implementation of that. We had another question in regards to the physical copies. Where is it? Will the physical have a long wait since you plan on DLC, both free and paid?
No, I think what you should expect is the physical game is going to be like a typical release when the game comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It will be out with what it launches with, because we're not going to then wait 3 more years for the physical to come out. You know?
Yeah. So expect the base game to be the contents. Of the physical release, and then obviously we will have content after that, and that obviously will not have been made yet. So that's all we can really say on that right now.
Just kind of as another example here, it says use Valve, kind of as an example.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. Last chance to ask any questions. We're going to be wrapping up momentarily. What do you have to ice and fire?
I ran into the fire because somebody said they wanted me to die.
Yeah, Amanda also wants you to die to a zombie specifically. So I guess if you want to do that, you can do
All
that
right.
too. Will there be a results screen when you finish a scenario? Stats like time or accuracy?
Oh,
or
hell yeah.
kills? Yep. Okay.
Yes.
There's your. That's a resounding yes.
By the way, explosive barrels, for somebody who was asking.
Oh,
Boom!
yes. Boom.
Boom!
Yeah, so that will definitely be a thing. I know, Evan, the previous game, Outbreak Contagious Memories, which people can buy right now, they did make, you did make kind of this effort to make it so that if you are someone who likes to play through the game quickly, you can do that, take that approach as well. And, I think those kinds of players appreciate stuff like those end of scenario stat screens and timers and things like that. Someone is asking, and I don't know how much we can really answer this question, but is there anything you can share in regards to development right now that's currently in the works in terms of like game mechanics or systems wise?
Well, we're figuring out like how cutscenes are going to work. We're figuring out obviously how monsters past the zombies are going to work, since now we pretty much have zombies solved. Like the basic zombies as they are, this is what they're going to be for the most part, with probably some additional moves and stuff like that. So we're starting to think about what the new monsters are, what they're going to do to make it different. I'm doing a whole lot of environmental build out. I mean, look, here, since we're all here, let's load into an area that's not ready to show.
And again, guys, keep in mind that this is going to be even earlier than early.
Yeah,
so,
this is literally an unfinished area.
Yeah. Yeah, and in terms of different enemy types or the possibility of zombie animals and things like that, that's all stuff that is to still be, sort of determined and figured out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, as a good example, I'm still working on environments. Here is a literally unfinished environment. It's missing tons of detail in the walls. It's very open right now. The paths really aren't set. And it's just kind of the very beginnings of an area, as an example.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of stuff in the works.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that. It's all the game mechanics. Obviously, we're going to have more weapons. We're going to have more enemies. We're going to have more polish. I have a list of bugs. As we do play tests every couple of days. The thing I will note is obviously this was a single player stream.
Yes.
The game fully works in 4-player co-op. We play co-op often. So everything that I showed you here works in online co-op. So just to be clear on that's not like something that I'm going to build later on. Every stage of the game is built as it's being built to make sure that it works in multiplayer, that it's tested in multiplayer. So everything I just showed you guys, we could have literally had 4 people in the game playing through it, and I'm sure we will do a stream in the somewhat near future showing multiplayer, because we haven't done multiplayer on stream yet. And like, even in multiplayer, when you go into like your inventory, here is a good example. Your friends' inventories pop up over here so you can see everything. And eventually we'll have controls for sharing items and stuff directly too. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up here, one last silly question is: can we have the characters use the porta potties? If someone wants to know about toilets.
I think we're gonna need to sell a lot of playable characters to have the funds to put something like that in there.
And I guess one more question that's actually a question. Are items found on the ground random, or are they static? Like, are they randomly determined?
It's going to be both. There's
Both.
going to be some areas. It's kind of like, look at the Resident Evil remakes, right? Like, there's fixed place items, and then there's random stuff that you can find sometimes where ammo counts and stuff may change. So look for that. But what it is going to be is a pretty tailored experience in the sense that we do have a flow that we want to go through. It's not going to be just complete chaos.
Yeah. It's certainly not like a roguelike or elements or things like that.
If you want a survival horror roguelike, we've done that. Outbreak Endless Nightmares, you can go buy it right now on every platform if you want a survival horror roguelike. It's right there. This is not what that is. This is more of an experience like what Resident Evil Outbreak was, where there are cinematic story scenarios as you follow a cast of characters through an undead apocalypse, and then tons of bonus modes and tons of stuff to do and see.
Yeah. All right. So before we wrap up here, first off, I want to thank everyone for being here. We are really excited that you all turned out to check out Shades of Horror and some of the new stuff that we've been working on. We are working very hard on the game. The final game will have things like different difficulty levels and other different options and bonus modes, like Evan was saying. Second, I want to briefly give Alec a moment here. So Alec has been with us the whole stream. Alec and Stuff, who's our new one of our new community streamers, and I wanted to give Alec a small chance just to tell the people here about himself a little bit, because they're going to be seeing you on stream pretty soon. We're figuring that out.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't prepared for this, but
nope, I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Hi.
But
yeah, no, it's good. My name is Alec. You'll probably see me on this channel here very, very soon, like CMM said. And got blue hair, so you can't miss me. Huge horror, survival horror, just general scary game buff. I do a lot of streams for Capcom, playing their games. They send me copies, and I play them. Love Resident Evil 4. Remake earlier this year, and I'm excited that this game seems very adjacent to a lot of the things that I already love about other survival horror games. So anyway, glad to be here, happy to be here, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
We're glad to have you, and we're looking forward to somebody with really deep survival horror experience to jump on the stream for, obviously, to play our games and to go through some of the other major survival horror games that are out there too.
Yeah. So that about wraps up stuff for today. We are going to raid someone now and send them some love. So stick around for that. If you have, for some reason, not entered the giveaway yet, this is basically your last 30 seconds to do so. So again, channel point redemptions. Click on enter the giveaway. I believe it's 350 channel points. Make sure that you are following us, and at some point after today's stream, a winner will be chosen and contacted. And yeah, so today we are going to be rating a friend of mine, Chi. They are playing The Walking Dead, the final season. So if you are into that, nice horror, some nice horror stuff there. We're going to do that. Send them some love, send them some energy. Thank you all for being here and for being so supportive and so interested. And please stay tuned to all of our channels, to get the latest, pretty much the latest updates on what's happening on Shades of Horror, what's happening on stream, just with us in general, any sorts of sales or announcements. We will continue to update there. And of course, our Kickstarter backers. And then again, just a last minute reminder too, we do have Patreon now. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, we've created lots of different types of content that we think is pretty cool and is pretty reasonable pricing wise, including like a monthly podcast, future developer diaries, production materials, all that fun stuff. You can see that at patreon.com/Dead Drop Studios. But as you can see in the chat, there is also a link for Linktree. Linktree/Dead Drop Studios has all of our Twitter, Discord, Instagram. You know, join us on Instagram. Tell us what you think. Check out the eBay store and the limited run games. Chat. You can. We have a lot of ways to interact, and we do want to hear what you think. So again, thank you very much. We're gonna start the raid real quick. And we will definitely see you again soon for more Dead Drop Studios streams and also more Shades of Horror content. And yeah, that's going to be it. So until next time, we will see you guys. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.